Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Tabletop RPG News Roundup, this time for July 27th, 2025, where each week I take a look back at the week in tabletop role-playing game news and bring you the highlights. And it looks like there's been some information released on some of the books WotC is releasing this fall. Forgotten Realms, Heroes of Faerun, and Forgotten Realms, Adventures in Faerun have both had their covers revealed, and there looks to be some DLC available for them, digital only, that will be leaning heavily into the Baldur's Gate 3 material. And then the October product they had on the slate looks like it'll be a Stranger Things themed box set with 4 adventures called Welcome to the Hellfire Club. Onwards towards minor and PDF releases, Raging Swan has Landguard Backdrop Sunken Fane of the Drowning Sisters, a city location that can be plugged into any campaign and is available in Pathfinder, 5th edition, and OSR versions. Magic Crystals is a Pathfinder-compatible product that adds various magical crystals that can be used as limited-use magic items. Metal Gods of the Apocalypse is now available in 5th edition version, I believe I covered the DCC version earlier, and features the party being called forth to be champions during the end of days. Lady Larissa's Tomb is a 5th edition adventure covering a desecrated tomb of a renowned paladin. Where Greed Sleeps is another adventure for 5th edition, this time from Kelphisil's Tales, who had a number of other things out, but I've stopped covering like the things like individual cat adventures and things like that because, quite frankly, it was becoming a very, very long list. Anyway, this one covers a Red Dragon's Waltz. The Curse of Serpent Isle is a 5th edition compatible adventure that starts with a sunken ship that strands the characters on a tropical island. Atlas Rise is a 5th edition offering from Adventure Ripples that has the characters setting out to a mountain to confront Atlas, who has let the heavens fall, and they get to hold the heavens aloft for a while themselves while a more permanent ritual is worked on to secure them. What Lurks Beneath the Library is another 5th edition adventure, this one dealing with a search through an abandoned library. I don't know what people expected. Servants of the Mimic Queen is a campaign for 5th edition that consists of a connected series of quests dealing with a bunch of mimics. A compendium of familiars and companions, elementals and constructs is another entry into the 5th edition series offering a variety of companions and similar summonable creatures, this time with an elemental and construct theme. The League of Magic's Adventurer's Guide book is a 5th edition collection of material including new classes, subclasses, various species, feats, many spells, some firearm rules, etc. German Folklore Bestiary is a monster manual for 5th edition that draws inspiration from German folklore. Again, I don't know what people expected. Gandur, a duck folk species, is a 5th edition compatible playable species consisting of duck-like humanoids from the astral plane. Arcane Wonders is a 5th edition collection of magic items ranging from common to legendary and artifact quality. 17 Cursed Artifacts is a collection of cursed items, technically system agnostic, inspired by myth, folklore, and occultism. Level Up, Monstrous Menagerie 2, is a bestiary for Level Up Advanced 5th Edition and similar games. It includes various horde monsters as well as heroic pets, allies, some various rules, and so forth. Quick Delve number 1, Milk, is an old-school Essentials dungeon crawl from Necrotic Gnome, featuring a brief dungeon crawl centered around a lake of milk and the merfolk confectionaries confectionerists that live there. Cutting Edge is a offering compatible with old-school Essentials Modern Necessities, which covers cyberpunk and sci-fi for material for the OSR system. Shadow's Return, House of the Wraith Queen, is an old-school mega dungeon with OSR and 5th edition compatibility dealing with the ruins of an ancient dark elf house. From the Matter Hag number 1, Matter One's Wizardry is a OSR compatible offering that details various wands inspired by Harry Potter that enable new magical effects, spell duels, and so forth for wizards who wield them. Cyclopedia of Common Animals is an OSR book containing over 500 stat blocks for animals for Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG. Among Us is an adventure for Shadow the Demon Lord that deals with a fungal infection within the jungles of Za, which can kill or cause bizarre transformations. Bloat Games has Survive This Zombies Ultimate Edition, a core book for the Survive This series of systems, compatible with all of them, and includes content from both the first and second edition of the Survive This Zombies system, as well as Adventure Zine and expansion for that system. The Valorian Codex is a zine for Kel Nathalis from Black Oath Entertainment, with this third issue covering various companion rules, unique rooms, and optional rules that build on that existing system. Wonderful One-Shots, Kobolds Stole My Babies, is an adventure for Dragonbane, wherein some kobolds stole some Mousekin's children. Yeah, I think it has been available for other OSR systems out there. Urban Delve Tower of Flames is a Daggerheart compatible adventure involving a fire in the city originating at a wizard's tower. Death at Hellfast Spire is another Daggerheart adventure, this one designed for one session of play and with a pulp fantasy theme. The Adventurer's Table is a collection of 25 small adventures ready for any fancy tabletop system. Then there's 100 Gothic Side Quests, a collection of system-neutral side quests with a Gothic theme. I guess there's 100 of them in there. The Curious Cats of Mao is a setting and supplement for Realms of Pugmire, this time dealing with cats, various cat monarchies, spells, masterworks, enemies, and 3 adventures. The Code of Steam and Steel Deluxe is a second edition of a Steam-era focused RPG with quick character creation, easy-to-learn rules, etc. California Dreaming is a mini-campaign for Cthulhu Eternal Modern, wherein testers for a new game have died under mysterious circumstances requiring investigation. Cthulhu Tech, the Shadow War, has a player's handbook and a game master's guide available and deals with a cosmic apocalypse in the near future. Finally, there's a few new adventures for the Sentience RPG from the Yellow Hand, Isotopes, and Night of the Comet. And on that note, I'll take a look at crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of even receiving a product mentioned here is not an endorsement, but is for informational purposes only. And we'll start with a Legendary Planet from Legendary Games. It will be available for 5th edition Pathfinder and Tales of the Valiant, etc. and will be an interstellar pulp and planet adventure suited for levels 1 to 20. The Realms of Shadow March, A Scorched Harvest, will be a 5th edition adventure themed around ancient pacts and mythic agriculture. Curse of Sarashar? Man. Anyway, will be a desert-themed horror one-shot for 5th edition, which deals with the desert tomb. And I suspect I'm not even going to have time to put the usual graphics up here, so good luck with that. Sorry about that. The Healer's Secret is to be a 5th edition adventure dealing with a cursed forest and a hidden evil. Complete Town 7 will be another entry into the series of 5th edition material, each of which details a city in depth. This one focuses on a fantasy metropolis. Wild Surge Sorcerer will focus on a 5th edition sorcerer subclass, reinforcing it with new surge tables, spells, items, and so on. Bruno Barleybeard's Big Book of Brewing is to cover various beer and or brewing-based material compatible with 5th edition. The Crumbling Keep of Kashmur will be a 12-level mega dungeon for Shadow Dark, and it looks like they're trying to get this available in hardcover as well. Battle Zoo is looking to fund 3 secret tomes for Shadow Dark with lots of new monsters and player options, each one associated around a particular theme. Cold Hand of Fate will be a Norse-themed adventure path for Dungeon Crawl Classics, which deals with a shooting star that fell to Earth associated with a prophecy, and the king now wants it retrieved. Trails and Tales, The Crypt of Atun Thu, will be an OSR-style adventure with new monsters, magic items, etc. for OSR rule sets. Creature Feature Quarterly, Volume 15 for Old School Essentials, will continue the series of monsters, this one presenting 16 monsters with art, lore, paper minis, and virtual tabletop tokens, etc. Rifles, Revolvers, and Ray Guns will be a weapon supplement covering various things from basic black powder firearms all the way to advanced blasters for both AD&D 2nd Edition and similar OSR systems, as well as 5th Edition. Finally, Daisukami Publishing will be looking to fund a set of new RPGs and expansions across several of their game lines, all bundled together in one campaign. They've done like Big Eyes, Small Mouths, Tricube System, etc. And on that note, I will wrap things up here. This has been the RPG Crawler with my Tabletop RPG News Roundup for July 27, 2025. As always, links will be below. It has been alternating between incredibly hot and massive thunderstorms here for like the last week, so I've got very little done. And I'm having to rush this a little bit because even now I'm hearing thunder again and the lights are starting to do this number. Anyway, if you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.